way up there. We actually went up there. We taped from it. Heather and I were walking up there, and you're up there a ways. And what's interesting, we're turning around here to give you a good view of coming back. But essentially, you go out. Now we're coming back, so you'll go almost all the way across, depending on where the actual turnaround is. Now you can see the beautiful downtown Louisville area.
Yeah, like I said, this was a new part from last year, so I'm just hoping there's spectators on the bridge, and I think it'll be a really great addition to the race course.
Yeah, now Heather and I have talked extensively about this type of course, which is essentially an out and back, and if you like it, if you don't like it, talk a little bit about our conversation before about how you really enjoyed the out and back and why you enjoy it so much.
You know, an out and back is great because you're going to see people out there the whole time. Whether, you know, you're a 9-hour, you're 11-hour, you're a 17-hour, you're going to see people, and that's what's great. It's an out and back. You see other athletes coming by, cheering, and because you do that loop twice, you're going to see spectators. I was able to see my husband like 4 times. So you're going to get to see your loved ones on the side cheering for you. You get to see other athletes, and it's just a great, I really like the loop to out and back.
All right, let's talk about nutrition now. You gave us some awesome advice as far as the bike is concerned. Now we're making our way out. We've actually gone over the bridge and we're coming back. Where are you nutritionally at this point during the day, and what keys, especially for age groupers, would you have?
Well, now every athlete's stew is very, very different. And so, you know, there's a formula to figure out, you know, a general how many calories you need to take an hour. But that's based on a lot of different things for each athlete. Weight, size, intensity, you know, what rate, you know, what their sweat rate is. As you can see, this is an open road, and there's not a lot of coverage, and it's going to be hot. And so, you know, taking in, you know, there is an aid station every mile, which is great. If that's not enough, or they don't offer what you need because of your any type of GI, stomach issues, you're going to need to carry some nutrition.
Now, yeah, I think, Heather, what you pointed out, and I should reiterate, is you've said it twice or maybe even 3 times today, is that everybody is so individual, and I think a nutrition plan is something that needs to be tested. We're talking a lot about what you're doing today, but this is something that you should have done 10, probably 15 times prior to today anyways.
Yeah, you're going to have your nutrition nailed down. You know, I do have people call me 2 weeks before an Ironman, and I, you know, try to help them as much as possible. But really, it's something that you want to be able to do in training, and it's a great confidence builder knowing that your nutrition is right and you're going into the race and you're going to have a successful day because you've got the nutrition right and you've done the training.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that we tried to do is we tried to make the video very timely as far as the swim was taped earlier in the morning, the bike was during the heat of the day. If you'll notice this, we taped this a little bit later in the day, so some of you that are doing your second loop, this will be a little bit more timely as far as what it's actually going to look like. It's a little bit more overcast, but we're going past the university, as you can see here, coming up on Churchill Downs. We basically go all the way out, and we're going to catch Heather running back in just a few minutes here. Talk a little bit about this portion of the course and what your thoughts are.
You know, again, I'm just really focused on my cadence and my nutrition. I do wear my Garmin, so I do know my pace, but I'm not dictated by that. I'm more dictated by, you know, heart rate and how I'm feeling than anything.
Now here is where it's a little bit different. We talked about the crowds before. Where are the crowds? Or are we still talking about a lot of them are towards the downtown area? What have you seen as far as popularity in the year that you went last year?
Well, last year there weren't a lot of people out. You know, this actually is a new section. This is a little square, and I believe this change was made because there's a big game race day. And this is a slightly different, we took a right and a left, is slightly different from last year's race course. But there really weren't a lot of spectators out here, and that is why it's so nice to see other athletes coming by, even though they're on the other side of the road, you know, they're waving.